The elite's planning to leave Earth. Hello again, thank you for being here with me once more. I hope you are all doing well. I am Mari Swaruu. In the last few days, many YouTube channels of alternative media have been posting the news that some high-ranking female politician in Spain, whose name I'd rather not mention, is saying that the elite is planning to leave Earth in case things turn ugly there. I don't like to call them the elite, because that gives them superiority over the general population, or at least it pushes the concept of superiority onto whoever is talking about them. They may have more money and power over the people, but that does not make them superior, as indeed they are incredibly poor and lacking far more important things, such as empathy, ethics, and integrity, to the point where most are just about completely soulless regressive egregores, just a reflection of the worst parts of humankind's psyche. A side product of the human collective mind. When in the media something looks important, or that may give us a clue about what else is happening on Earth, or in its near orbit, regarding the Galactic Federation as well, of course, the Taygetan crew in their information and intelligence gathering deck, called CIC, start to sweep the web for information, looking at metadata, to later connect the dots using artificial intelligence first, and then manually, that is, the Taygetans talking to each other face to face in a think tank council. Around a table which is inside a soundproof transparent box, in one of the rear rooms of the CIC deck, which is directly under the bridge of this ship. The widespread rumor that the so-called elite want to leave Earth certainly caught the Taygetans' attention. First, those scumbags destroy Earth, cause it to fall into chaos, and then they run. Right? They jump ship, as they say in naval terms. And yes, the rumor is quite widespread, as it also connects with another rumor, which is that the elite is buying and building highly sophisticated underground bunkers, to hide inside as rats, when society collapses. There is even a book out there addressing all this, and everything else that may be related. It is called The Survival of the Richest. Although objectively, there is an immediate logic to this, as rich people have more resources to survive any societal collapse event, things are not so simple when we observe everything from a wider perspective, and neither is the real meaning of all these rumors in the media. The first thing all this immediately leads us to think is that the elite know something big is going to happen, a major collapse, be it of society's law and order, a worldwide health epidemic, a global ecological disaster, or a major economy crash, or any combination of them all, and this is no secret, as they have been strongly pushing these concepts for decades now. Now let's observe closely what all this really means. We all know that the media is completely controlled by those in power, so everything is published and pushed onto the people for a purpose, for an agenda of mind and perception control. Pushing the idea that the elite is thinking of exiting Earth is also part of the mind control mechanism they use over the general population, because it is pushing further the concepts of all their agendas, those of climate change, ecological disasters, and global health issues, and an ever-imminent economic disaster that will cause strong population unrest and chaos. All these rumors only further corroborate those concepts from another angle, strengthening them more in the minds of the general public, and making them think that news was leaked to them, when letting people know about all this was always part of their plan. As you know, the elite have many levels, and notice that these rumors of leaving Earth apply to the lower levels of people in power, which are only the front men, puppets for the general population, of those behind them who are the ones who do have real power, and who are invisible to the public. At the level of those politicians and supposedly influential people, billionaires with big and small needles, The big needles are rockets in this case, if you get my drift, which are placed there as the disposable faces of the true elite, which use them to impose their horrible agendas onto the population, and if something goes wrong, the people will go against the front men puppets, blaming them for everything that happened, never being able to connect the dots and to know who are the real ones to blame, those who really are controlling Earth, and are always the same ones, and who are hiding behind all those controlled public figures. As the rumor goes, those puppets are the ones who supposedly want to evacuate Earth, as if they were the true overlords of the planet, which they are not. At their low level, they cannot leave the planet, because it is heavily guarded by the Galactic Federation, which does not allow unauthorized traffic from leaving or entering the planet. I'm talking about NASA-level people and similar agencies which do not have the necessary level of technology which is needed for interplanetary travel, much less interstellar space travel. Those space agencies only make the public believe that there is a linear technological and scientific advance on Earth, and that they soon will be able to develop enough to travel to Mars and elsewhere. I see they contradict each other or themselves here a lot. Why would they want to leave Earth if they are always saying that there is no other place in this solar system that is good enough to sustain life? I ask. I mean, they talk about inhabitable exoplanets, but they are all officially beyond the range of terrestrial space travel technology as it is officially understood by the general public. But then that leads us all to think that they have secret space technology that is neither shown nor given to the public, and that is right, that is so, but not at the level we are talking about here now. My point here is that the elite leaving Earth at billionaires with big and small syringes levels is simply not possible, by their own admittance, and also contradicts the official narrative they so vividly impose onto the people. Going deeper, the elite, behind the elite level, which is still mostly human, have always had the capacity to leave Earth, and of interplanetary and interstellar travel, to come and go at will, all with the cooperation and the technology of the Galactic Federation of which they are members. Leaving the NASA and billionaire-level technology and space travel only as part of the charade, and the lie they impose onto the general population, as part of their control mechanisms, and of the illusion that forms the matrix on Earth. There is nothing new about the true power elite of Earth going in and out of Earth with the full compliance and cooperation of their Federation friends. Please remember a four-star general's remark, which is decades old. He said that, quote, "We now have the capacity to take ET back home as we have light speed, or better, technology." End quote. And as for the bunkers the elite are building and buying all over the place, those are the low-level millionaires and billionaires who are falling into the same illusion trap of the real power elite, and who strongly feel that something terrible is about to happen, and therefore must prepare for the worst as best as they can. In other words, those people also believe in the apocalyptic narrative which is given to the general population. The real elite don't need to hide inside a claustrophobic small tin can buried only 30 feet under their mansion's tennis yards, because they have large, city or larger scale deep underground bases, which are equipped with jump room portals, and which are all connected by high-speed trains, in a subterranean communication web that spans and connects the entire planet, including the Federation starports in Antarctica. As we see things from here, all that kind of news is nothing other than more fear-inducing rumors, spread on purpose, and set up to back up and corroborate their other fear-inducing agendas, as they have always done, for example with the Cold War and their nuclear threats, because they would never destroy their own planet, as the real power elite have always controlled, and still controls both sides, East and West. It is all part of the illusion that makes the 3D matrix on Earth, all to create a fear-inducing atmosphere, to keep the planetary frequency as low as possible, so their dark egregore beings, in the lower astral, can feed from the general population's fears and emotions. Thank you for liking and subscribing for more if you see this information as valuable to you. And I hope to see you here next time. With much love. Your friend, Mari Swaruu.